Nia sotoshnia, alenki tia sonose. Semorusini kilandur sono rokoshnia. La hela, la ingia sonose. Tapo goamba konai orokoye. Lekira sana. Tia takashnia. And the eagle joins us this afternoon. Beautiful, loving languages of lights. Nasete shiana kolange sanisa. Yatoshe koingia sanote. Toshno asatesi. Good beauty and good evening, illuminators and way showers. This is Wendy once again, and I thank you in deep gratitude as we once again join in the language of light. And together, I'd like to celebrate the children. So this is for the children. Minasia, the lights of our lives. Nyarunko seatose. Lenko koniamala kyoko shayawa alesani. Sekorasinki asatosi panioese. So last night I was thinking a lot about the children and the children of Earth and the children, our celestial and our star children, our galactic hybrid children. And I woke up again this morning deeply engulfed in the love and thoughts of the children of Earth and our celestial children coming here to join us here on Earth. And several things were running through my mind. I received some animal totem spirit guidance, and so I looked those up and shared that information. Today is the 12th, so today equals 12, which reduces down to 3. So I'm thinking again about this Trinity, trinary, body, mind, and spirit, and how important it is that we teach our own children here on Earth to start to honor their own body, mind, and spirit, and how they are truly the treasures of the Earth, and how it must seem so strange to our galactic children, the things that we experience and what our children experience. And as synchronicity would have it, I woke up this morning and happened along a video and realized today was the International Youth Day, which obviously then synchronistically would explain some of my being drawn to the idea of the children and the children of Earth and Earth magic, and how magical Earth is, how magical our children are, how magical these hybrid children are, that they carry a piece of us, our DNA. And how important it is for us to teach our children to love themselves, to not compare themselves to anyone else, that we show them. And I was getting the turtle energy today, and we'll get into that a little bit further. And I've got this little turtle that says, "You are special." And I've shown this before. It was a gift to me from my sister, actually, speaking of children, and our inner child. And as we were growing up, I was always the very serious one, and my sister was always the one that wanted to play and have fun. So she actually was instrumental for me in reminding myself of my own inner child, even as a child. And because I was very grown up, I was a very old soul, very, very young, and very serious. Serious. Synchronistically, our friends from Sirius. So, and I was thinking today about how I know, as a huge part of the hybrid children program, that I'm an integral part of the teaching of these children on the ships and the other planets, and that I see the congruences and the differences between the Earth children and these children who are grown up to, they're brought up to believe in themselves, to nurture their own divine gifts and abilities, to see themselves as beautiful creations, individual creations. There's a lot of sad children out there right now. They're very confused about the world because when they're born in this understanding, just like we were, but even more strongly so, that this world isn't the way it should be. And we've innately known this as well, but now we're the ones who are the parents now, understanding how we need to nurture this in our own children. And that means everything from their diets to their self-esteem. Social media has played a huge part in children right now in the depression, huge depression, and all of this one leads to another. You know, the fact that children are obese, they don't feel good about themselves. They're constantly being just tormented and teased, and especially now in social media, it has actually made exacerbated the problem. I have a 15-year-old niece who committed suicide the month of her 16th birthday. So we need to change the way we're teaching our children to deal with their emotions, to express themselves, to show their own creativity, to express their emotions and their anger and help, and we need to guide them in how to healthily express and share these emotions. And as instinct and synchronicity would have it, I came across a video by Brad Johnson, and I put it in my playlist for Brad Johnson, and it was about children and about the forgiveness box. And so I will put the link to that as well. Very, very informative. So I'm thinking about the children and how we are also preparing our own hybrid children to come here and live on Earth. And so can you only imagine as a child how scary it would be on Earth to go to another planet and learn the ways of another species, another civilization, that are cousins to you, if you will, but so distant that they seem completely foreign. Just as if you were to meet another cousin who perhaps grew up in another part of the world than you, and maybe you don't even speak the same language, maybe you don't have the same customs. So with all of this said, this time, this place of this preparing the children for the fifth dimensional Earth, and preparing ourselves for this fifth dimensional Earth to share with our children. Our children, once again, are very high vibrational beings, and the sooner they have been born, the more so. And so therefore we have to help them navigate this very confusing upbringing that even I, as a parent, did my utmost best to not bring in and drag in my own baggage from my own upbringing, and not allow that to play too much of a part in my own parenting. And of course, we're not always successful at that, because a lot of it we just bring with us, and we don't even really, we sometimes don't realize we're even doing it. So, but the point is now that we as parents, now that we are becoming aware, and we as light workers are parents, and more are becoming parents, and then there's the younger and younger who are becoming parents, or are definitely electing to absolutely not be parents. Either way we look at it, we are influencing everything. And so I found it very synchronistic that many of the animal totems I was receiving today, which were the eagle, the rabbit, and the turtle. And I was making some notes today about, and so I was also getting the triangle, and then I was also getting the sacral chakra healing energy, the need for that need for that sacral chakra healing in all of us, and and to be able to make that inherent in our children. Not that that's something that they have to learn, that's something that we bring them up nurturing all along. And so the turtle was, well, let me begin with the eagle spirit, because the eagle's been here for a couple of days, and this morning very strongly. So she came into my awareness with the message of that they are in charge of the spirit messages. So we are receiving messages from spirit very clearly right now during this influx of energy and these gateway openings. And the eagle represents renewal and spring and birth. So here we are talking about children and birth and renewal and courage and wisdom and keen insight. We want to help our children develop this trusting their own instincts, trusting that they're reading another person's energy, trusting their own ability to navigate holistically, body, mind, and spirit, in making solid decisions from a very young age but from a place of humility but self-esteem, from a place of courage and wisdom, and from a place of being able to express themselves and express their emotions and work through it with us, and help us work through them to make them more people to make them stronger individuals who have a very strong sense of self and their own self-esteem and their own self-worth, and that they are special and they're important, and that the reason they're special is because they're different. This is where we've got to impress upon our children that they're special because of their differences. And that we are all, every single one of us, and everything in creation is absolutely, positively different. From the leaves on the trees, no two leaves are the same, no two grains of sand, no two snowflakes. If we can teach our children this, that the uniqueness is the beauty of their experience, then we teach them to be complete whole beings. And I know I'm a little dark, but I really wanted to share this light with you at this day. I just felt that the lights of our lives were indicative of this light behind me, because they are the suns. They come from our solar plexus. They come from the energy that we have brought together with another soul. They are the divine. They are the divine alchemy of two souls, the one in the one, the Vesica Piscis, where the two circles interact, and the dark center between them. That is the 1 + 1 = 3, the triangle, the 1 + 1 = 3. That's that understanding, and that these souls together, and that includes you and this child, and you and the child create also this union of spirit. And so the illumination of spirit is the eagle spirit, and creating a new home, and honoring Gaia, teaching our children to honor Gaia, and showing them, spending time in nature with them, and showing them how important it is to connect with nature, to connect with themselves, to connect with their own heart centers, that they don't have to think a problem through, that they need to feel it through, that they can trust how they feel about something, and walk them through these feelings and help them understand themselves. And then the turtle came to me, the symbol of Hecate and Mother Earth and protection, and coming out of our shells, and longevity and eternity, and when we have a child, it's part of our legacy. It's something that we know will live on, and children from their children will live on. And even if they don't have children, the light that they shine and bring to humanity will live on and live on and live on. And so we are teaching them to lose their fears. And the symbol of the turtle is hiding inside and coming out of our shell and protection. And so we want to teach our children that they are always protected, they're always supported, that their home is within them, that they are eternal beings, and that we are helping them unlock their own losing their own fears, and by also not instilling our own fears into our children, and unlocking their own fears of who they are and their own goodness and their own perfection, that they don't need to compare themselves to another because they're so utterly perfect in their own uniqueness. And the what else was it about the turtle that they wanted me to say? Oh, and the earth. The turtle is a symbol of earth, and it's a symbol of when the tortoise shell, per the Iroquois, that they, according to their beliefs, that the shell is removed from the turtle's back, and that the turtle carries the earth on her back, and that the shell is the earth. And so it's this balance of heaven and earth, and that the turtle travels at its own speed just as the earth does. The earth has its own natural cycles, it has its own speeds, it has its own natural rhythms, and everything is perfect. And so the turtle teaches us that to help teach our children this, that everything has a perfect timing, that they are perfect in their own timing, and that slow and steady is grounding, and that we're always supported, and that our spirit guides are always here with unshakable protection for us. And the turtle moves closely to the earth and slowly upon the earth, and so therefore they're a very grounding energy. So you've got the eagle energy, which is seeing everything from a high perspective, from the absolute top of the bird and animal kingdom. And then you've got the turtle with this hard shell and close to the earth, and this grounding energy, and this balance of earth and sky, earth and air, and that spirit and earth and is the same, and that we are the same, and our connections are the same. And I'm listening to see if there was any other information that they wanted me to share on the turtle energy. And it's interesting, we had a flood here one time a couple of years ago, and here in the bay, and a neighbor of ours saw an enormous tortoise, I guess, and he said it was probably and I'm not sure what this is in meters, but 6 feet wide. So you know, probably a foot longer than my arm span. So I feel the sacred wisdom that we as parents are giving our children, that we are teaching them about their own spirit and their connection to the earth, and being with them in nature, and showing them the perfect cycles, and that they also are a perfect rhythm and a perfect cycle, and that no two leaves are the same, no two flower petals are the same. Show them the beauty in each individual thing, and then collectively, and how their own individual beauty adds to the collective beauty of the entire tree, of the entire landscape. And lastly, I was also given the image of the rabbit, the symbol of good fortune, of sensitivity, of artistic expression of magic, of cleverness. They only come out at dawn, between dawn and dusk, and at dawn and dusk, and then they're magic. They 1 minute they're there, and 1 minute they're not. And showing us that, teaching our children about when they follow their instincts, because a rabbit is quick about its instincts. It hears something that, and it's gone, because it has to do quick thinking, because it's following and trusting and its own thinking and its own instinct. And the rabbit, it's about bringing out the inner child, and fun and play and softness and gentleness. And it's that innocent energy. It's a symbol of innocence and innocent energy. And so we were talking about the youth and the children, and it symbolizes magic and the mystery schools. And, you know, can you pull a rabbit out of your hat? You know, it's about all of that. It's about reproduction. It's about multiplying. It's about multiplying your energies, multiplying your intuitive skills. And they too are earthbound little creatures, and they love to hide and play in the bushes, and just like children like to play hide and seek. So there's this fun energy and the softness about about the rabbit. So we've got this beautiful triangle of energies with the eagle spirit and the rabbit spirit and the turtle spirit, and how this connects with the unification of earth and earth body and spirit, and the soul, and how we can teach our children by being mindful and connecting. The hummingbirds, and how if we teach them to trust themselves and follow their hearts, and if we encourage their intuitiveness about what they love and what it is that they love to do, and how do we help nurture what makes them feel confident about themselves, and allowing themselves to freely express themselves in every way that means, to fulfill that need within them, to explore who they are in ways that we were not given, in ways that we were not that our parents just didn't understand, that the importance of allowing us to open ourselves to ourselves, and to spend as much time in nature as possible. And we need to be the examples of that. We need to be the ones getting up in the morning and walking and sitting outside, even if it's just having your morning coffee or tea, or whatever it is that you enjoy in the morning. You know, show your children that time is reverent to you, and that even they aren't allowed to interfere with that time, that's your time. But again, you also have to honor their time alone too, and say to them, you know, no, put down the devices, and go outside, and don't just push them outside, take them outside, show them the world around them. And you'd be surprised at how much of you you're going to open up to, how much of the togetherness is going to open up between the two of you, and how you can show them that part of good health is just getting up and taking a walk and breathing. The scents, I tell you, the smells in the trees, I smell the trees, the hickories, the oaks, the chestnuts, the maples. I smell the scents of all the woods. There's no... it's not an accident that when these trees fall, we take their chips and we use them in sacred spaces. We burn them to enhance the flavor of our food in our senses. So teach the children to combine and nurture this themselves. And I was guided to, as we are, this Earth Magic Oracle cards by Stephen Farmer, and the picture on here, and this also, we've got the rabbit, the butterfly of emerging, of transformation, the wisdom of the owl, the new life cycles of the rabbit, And the back of the cards, the children are the tree of life and the roots of the earth, and teaching them how to root themselves, that's what takes them higher, that's how they get these are jewels in the tree. If you can see them, these are jewels in the tree. Show them that by grounding themselves, that's how they reach higher. And that the tree, that what we do affects the entire tree. That everything that happens to these roots affects the whole tree. And ni satoshi miki antasuni satoshi rongoyasa alungiasa nabilanu utorse senatisa nikila anania satosopalandorsa mikunaki shonotorse balungia roshna alahi wanuki nukniniato soporosisa pati. So I shuffled these very, very well a little while ago. So what is the message for us as guides, as parents, as spirit guides, as light workers, as the beacons for the children, whether you're literally in the teaching field, no matter what it is, in what aspect that you are an example to another child? We're all teachers, we're all students. How much have we learned? How many times have we said out of the mouths of babes, and how many times that the children, their words, their innocence has been so profound for us, that we've forgotten sometimes the basic, the simple rules. And so listen to your children, because these walks, these times together where you're spending time eating and drinking and preparing healthy things and preparing healthy food and living, teaching them a healthy lifestyle. Even if it's just getting up in the morning and stretching. Just go outside and stretch with the sun before you have your breakfast. And it doesn't need to be anything big or long. It doesn't need to take a lot of time. It just needs to take focus and practice and intuition, and seeing what it is that your children likes to do, and then bringing the outside into their world, bringing their world outside. And taking what they love and bringing it outdoors. I try to do absolutely everything I can outside, everything. So teach them this how to process their anger and their fear and their confusion about what's going on in the world. Let's see if I can get you guys a little better view here. Maybe not. I guess I'm sitting in kind of a funky spot. Here, I'll move just a little here. Oh my goodness. Okay, well. Tree. Grounding. Well, there we have it, guys. There were two other cards that flipped over and they said no. So, and this was a big fat yes. So here we go, the back of the card, tree, grounding. By taking our children out, we give them permission to ground. We teach them how to ground. We teach them the permission about the sacral chakra. We teach them how to ground their energy, their root chakras. We teach them how to get outside and ground with the earth and connect with the magic of the earth. We teach them how to nurture this root chakra and the sacral chakra energy by grounding. And by grounding and being confident, they can reach the stars. So let's see today. I'm drinking my beautiful homemade, beautifully brewed sun tea. So here's to the sun. Tree. Where are you, tree? There we go. Consider how trees, the standing ones, and this tree card came up not that long ago. Consider how trees, the standing ones, exemplify balance between heaven and earth. And isn't that exactly what I wrote in my journal? The balance of heaven and earth. The balance of heaven and earth is the symbol of the turtle. The balance of heaven and earth. Their branches reach out and up as if in praise of the bounty that the Sky Father has to offer. Their leaves breathe in carbon dioxide and breathe out oxygen. you guys, I'm loving the bliss of the synchronicity of this message. A vital process for so many beings on the planet, including us humans. Their trunks and roots have planted themselves firmly in the soil, allowing them to receive the gifts of another kind of nourishment from Mother Earth, from the Earth Mother. In turn, they freely and gratefully give back by accommodating the need of so many beings with what they have to offer. In this image, we see a magnificent tree situated in a meadow. And there it is. It's hard to see, but this is a meadow of flowers. At the edge of a pond. So there we've got the flowers, the water, the air, all of the sun, earth, air, fire, and water. Everything is represented here. Everything. And here we are, parents, talking about the Earth Mother and the mother love, the mother energy, the mother and child. There's the eagle. Oh, I wish you could see her. I hope you could hear that. There's an entire family of eagles down here, and we get to see the whole family. It's amazing. I'm so blessed for this moment. Thank you all for sharing this grounding, beautiful, and yet enlightening energy with me. And the sun is setting. It's getting a little cooler, just a little, but the sun is warm on my back. The water's behind me. I've got the earth, the air, the fire, the water, the ether. I'm so in love with this moment. Thank you. And the tree of life, our children. Of course, the tree of life, because they are the tree of our lives. They are the trees of our lives. They are the limbs, the leaves, the seeds. Their trunks and roots have planted themselves firmly in the soil, allowing them to receive the gifts of another kind of nourishment from Mother Earth, from Earth Mother. In turn, they freely and gratefully give back by accommodating the needs of so many beings with what they have to offer. In this image, we see a magnificent tree situated in the meadow, at the edge of a pond, greeting the early rays of light from the dawn. The early rays of light from the dawn. And here we are at the evening light rays of the sunset. We see its reflection in the still water, but do not see its roots as they are embedded in the depths of the moist, fertile body of Mother Earth and the fertile body of the Mother, the sacral chakra. As the sun sets, we see the beautiful orange. So every day, nurture your own sacral chakra energy in the sun. The strength of these roots supports the tree's innate desire to grow to the light, to reach not only upward, but outward as well. You have been feeling scattered and spacey lately. You are not fully in your body, and that is because you have not been able to get grounded. This is quite literal in that your body is made of the materials of earth, and they are. Remember, you guys, we are earth, we are stardust, we are all the elements, everything. We are the earth elements. Everything we're made of is everything that everything is made of. So when you feel disconnected from your body, you are inevitably disconnected from earth. So get yourself grounded. You can do so quite simply. With your feet firmly planted on the ground, wherever you are, feel the etheric roots that extend into the earth. Follow your breath so that each time you exhale, you imagine these roots going even deeper. Each time you inhale, draw up the loving, nurturing power of Earth Mother. As soon as you have the chance, go outdoors and sit or stand with your back supported by a tree. Feel its solidness and integrity. It is simply being a tree. Breathe in the essence of the tree spirit and allow this to fill you up. Walk barefoot very slowly on the ground so you can maintain this connection. And what a beautiful thing to teach your children to do. And what a beautiful, fun thing to do with your children. To go walk barefoot and sit beneath a tree. Have a snack, have a picnic, have something to drink. Start your morning that way, just walking out onto the ground and just stretch and say good morning and breathe. And start their day where they're proud of themselves before they walk out that door, where they're confident, where nothing can shake who they are, that they love themselves so much and feel so supported by you that they know no matter what happens, the tree's got their back, that you've got their back, that they, no matter what, that you're giving them the tools to know that they are also the standing ones, that they can stand firm and tall and strong within themselves, within that pyramid of harmony, of being within body, mind, and spirit within themselves. Mietoshia wakiliana, sonoti ilendia so korangoshia alakena, mitosane alagonda, ploshono koranshia wa I nakiwa sonosibakwa. Inikia sotosibu shnoa satekia sotoshiawa. And I know you lead very busy lives. So this is for both of you, to nurture both of you at the same time. It allows you to be a mirror to one another and not take away from you, but to nurture you and nurture your child. And yet still then maintain that integrity of then teaching your children that that is an important time to spend alone also. And even leave them at the tree and say, okay, it's your turn. I'm going to leave you alone for just a few minutes with your thoughts and come back whenever you're ready. And share with me, if you like, what you've learned. And if you don't, that's okay too, because that was your time. And as we teach our children this, we prepare our children, because they will be the adults that greet the hybrid children. They will be, there's the hummingbirds. So we've got the grand eagle and its giant eagle wings. We've got the strength of the tortoise shell. We've got the bunny rabbit. And we've got the tiniest hummingbird. So each of them are perfect. Each of them are beautiful and strong and amazing in their own ways. Just like you and just like your child. Experience your own inner child. Whether you did or whether you didn't, as a child. Experience your own inner child with your child. And watch them become stronger than you could have ever imagined. And watch yourself become the strength for both of you equally. The lion and the lioness. Nurture your cubs. I love you. Mahala.